Hey, welcome back to the podcast. This is Dan. It's episode number 416. Today's podcast is all about I used to be.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, welcome back to the show. This is pretty cool. 12,000 new listeners. Thanks so much for joining me from all over the world. I greatly appreciate it. Who would have thought that me having a conversation with myself on my cell phone with a Shure MV microphone and microphone 88, I think is what it is, would have turned out to be a podcast that actually people listen to. I had no idea. But I really do appreciate the ratings. Absolutely love it. I love 5-star ratings. Appreciate it. I love the reviews. Thanks so much. I don't know what to say. It's a loss of words that I can't believe that this has impacted a few people more so than I ever thought it would be. So I greatly appreciate that. So today's podcast is 416, episode 416. So technically that means I have 416 plus episodes of Dan Brzezowski talking about the no comfort zone and the success and failure that you find from going into the no comfort zone. Just absolutely crazy to me, but I really do appreciate listening. So let's get into it, man. You know, I've actually, when you live long enough, and 51 is definitely, I haven't been around that long, and I still got a ton of stuff to learn, ton of stuff that I'm still trying to figure out. Craziest thing is that I used to be, and I used to live in that all the time. I used to be this, or I used to be that. And at the end of the day, nobody cares. I mean, truly, when you think about it, you sound like an idiot. I used to be this, I used to be that. I know successful people, really successful people, they never talk about that. They might reminisce and take a trip down memory lane, but they don't live in it. And I don't know, I think it was a while ago. There's something, maybe look it up on YouTube, check it out. I hope I would have the link in the podcast description, and I'll maybe even try to find it if I'm actually that determined to do it. But Arnold Schwarzenegger said a long time ago, the past is done. You know, you can't do anything about the past. And looking into the future is kind of nonsense. So you have to focus on the present. And when he goes to sleep, he doesn't talk about dreaming. He talks about sleeping because he needs to be rested for the next day. And when I think about that, there's a lot of people that are in the space of personal growth and personal development. And of course, everyone's got to tell their story. You have to be relatable to a point. And then I think to myself, when you talk about who you used to be, I don't know if it's that important anymore. It just doesn't seem to be. Life is so fast-paced to begin with social media, with all the chaos and stuff going on in the world right now. It's almost like a waste of time, don't you think, to be thinking about your past? Listen, when we talk about the no comfort zone and you talk about adversity and challenges, reason why I talk about it on this show so much is because, quite frankly, there's lessons to be learned. And there's a lot of value in my past. I know because there was a ton of adversity and a lot of things that I had to go through in order for me to become the person I am now. Now, let me just let you know this. When I'm talking about what I used to be, I'm not bragging. I'm not complaining either. I'm saying I used to have certain issues and problems, and I used to do certain things in my life, but they really didn't amount up to anything. Quite frankly, it just got me in more trouble because I was living off things that I've done in the past. Case in point. So I call it success and motivation in the no comfort zone. So when you think about it, people will live off their successes far too long. They get comfortable, and I did too, in living in the press clippings. When you hear how great you are from a few different people, or when you travel from state to state, when you speak on stage, when you travel the world and you got people telling you that, you know, you have value, you bring value to this organization or to what you do. There's a lot of value in you and what you have to say. Love your energy, love your excitement, love your enthusiasm, and love your ability to engage with people. And that's just great. But then you stop working on yourself like I did. You're headed for a huge problem because I've said it before. and I'll say it again. If you're not watching out for yourself, if you're not guarding yourself, life's going to happen. And when life happens, that person you used to be that you're no longer working on, that you've quite frankly forgot about the hard work that got you to those success points, you're going to get demolished. And I'm speaking from a point of my history. I got demolished. Demolished to the point where I didn't know what was right or wrong anymore. I didn't know up or down, and I didn't know the difference between living life and existing. I was just existing, going through the mere motions of trying to figure out the next step in my life. Now, I'll put this out there. There are people that listen to this podcast. They're not all great ratings. They're not all great reviews. I get criticized just like anybody, but it's because I call people out. I call bullshit real quick. So if you're that person that's living in the past and living on your future successes or your past successes and think it's going to help you in the future, I'm just calling you out. You have no idea. You're not successful anymore. That was yesterday. What are you doing today? And the reason why you may be listening to this podcast or keep returning to this podcast is because you know in your heart there's a little bit of reality here. There's nothing wrong with me talking to you and telling you from my point of view about my story, and that, dude, you don't need to fail as hard as I did. You don't need to hit the wall as bad as I did. You don't need to go through all of the crap and have all the chaos and carnage that comes from making poor, selfish decisions by having a lack of character. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you like a warning. Get some character in your life. And the best way I know to do that, it's saved my life. I've gone through the no comfort zone 3 times. The first one was amazing. It changed my life. And this last one I just got through 60 days of it because I just finished. It's absolutely amazing. It's amazing what happened in the 6 weeks of the no comfort zone, but the 60 days, again, complete mindset change. This is something that I created that when you go through it, when you go through the no comfort zone blueprint, it's not a matter of you, oh, I'm just going to do this task today and do this. You'll end up losing your mind along the way because it's hard. It's not easy. You have to get off of autopilot. And when you get off of autopilot and you're in survival mode, and I'm not kidding, that's what it really comes down to, is survival mode. From what you eat, when you wake up, what you read, what disciplines you put in place. It's not an easy, sustainable life to do it like that. But some people, and maybe you're one of them, need a wake-up call. Maybe this is your wake-up call. Right? Maybe this is your real reality check for you to say, like, am I really advancing in my life? Am I being a better quality dude for the people that are directly around me, for my coworkers, for my family, for my friends? Am I a better person that way? I know I have a lot to work on in those aspects, and my family will be the first to tell you that. But they all know I'm trying. They know I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. And that's what I want for you. And some of us don't know how to do that because we're in so autopilot. We get in this routine where we end up, it's catastrophic what's coming. And I can say that because I've gone through it a couple of times in my life. That pattern of routine has done nothing but get me in trouble. Nothing but being comfortable and then waking up one day and go, where did everyone go? Where's my life? What happened? This is the life because I stopped paying attention. I got so damn comfortable. So with the ratings and the reviews, I'm glad, and I'm glad with all the new listeners. This is just amazing that you're reaching out and you're connecting with me, and I greatly appreciate it. What I want to share with you is this. You listen for a reason. I don't know what's going on in your life right now. And if you want to connect with me, go to Dan at the No Comfort Zone, Dan at the No Comfort Zone. Or you can hit me up on my calendar. Go to launchwithdan.com. And what we can do is get on my calendar and I'm going to talk to you for a moment. I'll schedule it at a time that's convenient for you, convenient for me. And what I'll end up doing is going over my blueprint with you and explaining to you why I created it. If you listen to the podcast, you already know, but I'll bring you up to speed really quick. We'll check in and then you're off and running. You've got the blueprint to help you with your life. You want to get back to school. You want to get an advancement at work. You want to lose weight. You want to get better financing. I'm going through all of this stuff right now. And every time I discipline myself to go through a no comfort zone period, I get results. I get really good results, better than most people that I know. And the reason I do that is because it's all the adversity and crap I had to go through. So yeah, back to the beginning of the podcast, who I used to be. I used to be a failure, a bust out, but everyone else thought I was successful. But in my heart of hearts, I knew I wasn't. So I had to make changes in my character and my discipline and my habits and my routine so that I could become the ideal version of myself. And I'll never get to the ideal version of myself, but I do know this. I'm working hard every day, and I'm starting to enjoy who I am. And at the end of the day, it's what it comes down to. So if you're interested, and if you want a little bit of help along the way, if you want a cheerleader in your corner, or if you want a game plan, go to launchwithdan.com or hit me up, dan@thenocomfortzone.com, where I can help you out and we can get you to the next step. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm actually doing this to help more people out so that they don't have to go what I went through. And I'm telling you what, the people that are in your life that are around you, they're going to think you're a much better dude just because you've decided to take action. You've decided to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye.